Hey, what's going on YouTube? Here today stringing an East Coast Dyes Ion. Got the Liberty top string 9 diamond strung on some Hero 2 by East Coast Dyes as well. Started this side inside and dropped down to standard and tied off through a row down there, and I'll finish out with the bottom string after I do the other sidewall. So I haven't done a stringing video on the channel yet. I figured it's about time, and I'm just gonna do a quick tie up and maybe explain my thought process and what I'm doing as I'm going through the pocket. So I started with a triple loop right here, completely unnecessary. 2 is fine. A lot of people do 1, that's okay, sometimes 2, and some people do none, which kind of just gives me anxiety. So let's stick with the 3 this time. And I'm gonna go down and lock it into the inside of the head like I did on this side. Not sure if this is the right way to do it. This is just how I kind of think is the right way to do it. So on this side, I'm gonna start by going, so there we go, down through this mesh hole, coming up next. Pull that down, get that out of the way. Okay. Then I'm gonna go inside through the next sidewall hole down. Sorry, I'm trying to string this with my left hand, or hold the camera and stuff. I go through that next hole, pull that. Then I'm gonna go on the, sorry, got an alarm going off over there. Go back in between the string and the plastic. Pull it really tight. Go back up through that same hole and pull tight again towards the inside of the head. And you'll see it's nice and locked in right there, pulling the mesh to the inside. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing for the next one. Go down. Pull that slack a little bit. Sorry if it's moving a ton. This is my first time trying to do this. Check the other side, yep. Oh, and I forgot to mention, skip the top hole so that I could do the Liberty, tied off the top string on the second hole and started the sidewall on the third hole. Go through the head in between the plastic and the string. Pull it really tight. Go back up. And pulling it tight again. See, it's starting to anchor down. That channel's starting to form. Beautiful. Just looks so good with the Liberty top string. I know it's kind of a little extra looking, but it's got some performance benefits. A lot of points of contact on the mesh. Reduce the chance of something taking extra wear that doesn't need to. I think on this side, yep, did the same thing. I'll skip one. Going down through that mesh, pull it again, go back through, pull it tight, and lock her in. Okay, that's starting to look great. Okay, now I'm gonna go down and just make a knot on the sidewall so that I can pull this next diamond down to it, and I'm gonna go down through the diamond, pull it tight, push the mesh up, do the same thing again, a knot, or I go down through the mesh, sorry, I'm not gonna do the exact same thing, pull it up. Oh, disregard that. Gotta lock this down. I had it right. I'm gonna knot. Pull it really tight. Not again. Pulling it as tight as I can. Down through the mesh. Again, I'm sorry if this is super shaky. I'm trying my best. I'll figure out a better setup eventually. Pull it tight. And it looks like we got 2 more knots to make on this side. Trying to use 10 diamonds of mesh. I like to constantly push up the mesh just to get an idea that everything's pulled nice and even. It's not completely necessary, but I think it helps reinforce the idea that I'm actually doing something right while I'm stringing. So that's always good. Okay, I'm gonna knot off for the last time on the sidewall. Pull that through, yank it tight, push it up. You can see it's really starting to form that beautiful pocket. Okay, and I believe on this side, let me make sure. Nope, one more. One more time down. And a tight knot right here. Pull, pull, pull. Okay, now, looks like I went down through that 9 diamond hole after the last knot. So that's what I'm gonna do on this side. Go down through there. I'm gonna go through the back of the bottom rail on the last hole. Okay, I'm gonna yank that extremely tight. Given this kind of setup here, you don't want a lot of slack at all. And I'm gonna loop around the bottom hole and tie it off. In through there. Oh, there we go. Jeez. There we go. And loop it around once more. If I can. Grab that, pull it as tight as you can, grab this loop, yank that, then pull it. Okay, tie that off. Okay. As you can see, that's starting to look great. Okay, time to break it in. I will cut to a clip of that. Okay guys, so I'm here at the trusty old traffic cone. Great way to get a pocket nice and broken in. Just stretch everything throughout. Up and down through the channel. Not just through the channel, you want to get into the corners of the pocket. And then that's probably it. And you can't see everything, but really I'm just making sure to beat every diamond like a rented donkey. And really put my weight into it. Flip it over, do the same thing. Every single place. And I notice Hero 2 really doesn't stretch as much as other mesh. So really got to put some force into it and think about that while you're stringing the pocket too. You don't want to spread the knots out too much or you'll get a really shallow pocket, in my experience. So this is starting to take a great shape. Just put it there. Look at that. That's looking good. Okay, I'm gonna continue working this for about another 20 seconds and then we'll put the bottom string in. Okay, sorry guys, I had to figure out the best way to film this. I hope this is better. Probably should have strung the side at this angle, but next time. So I started right above the hole that I tied off on, okay? And I'm gonna pull through there so that's got a nice loop to it. It's gonna hold that knot in place. Again, pull that tight. Now I do a couple different bottom strings just depending on if I do something like this or not. Usually when I do this, I do something like, okay, I'll find that's the last one that I went through on the sidewall. So right underneath that, I'll skip this 10 diamond right here, and I'll come up through here, okay? Skip 1 diamond, go down through there. This is super simple. Holds the shape of the pocket well, especially with something like that working with it. So usually only do this one when I have that kind of bridge of the string down the side. Now I'll go down through that hole right there, the middle. Okay, I'll loop it back once more, do that same hole so that string holds tight through there. Okay, I'll pull it nice and tight, and I'll just tie that off. Oh, actually no, I will not tie that off. I will go up through that next hole. Alrighty, and then I'll go through the bottom, pull that again. Got a nice little look right there. Check out the mesh up here. So look, I skipped that one right there, one right there. I'm gonna skip that one. I'm gonna skip 2. So 1, 2, this one. Go up. I'm gonna skip 1. Okay, I'm gonna go underneath this string. Out through that hole right above where I tied off. Make sure it's even looking down there. Yep, looks all right. And then I'll loop around once more. Okay, and I'm gonna pull that. We're back in business. Make sure it looks nice and even. Pull some slack out. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, I'm gonna tie that off. And I mean, wow. That's an East Coast Ion. East Coast Dyes Ion. Liberty top string, strung to the inside, standard, and a cool little bottom string. It's going to be an absolute gamer. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know if you want to see anything else or any more kind of these videos, or yeah, any other kind of heads being strung up or different patterns, and I'll try my best. Thanks, guys.